Hey, this is Dr. Corey Glenn with Blue Sky Bio, and I'm going to be showing in this video how to use the Blue Sky Bio DS3D desktop scanner to do just a simple triple tray impression. So this would be in a case where you've just taken a conventional PVS triple tray and you just want to scan that so that you can send that data straight to your lab to have the crown fabricated digitally. And so you would launch the software and click on a new project. Once you've done that, you can put in the patient name, the doctor name if you like, and we're going to be choosing impression and then scan triple tray. Now when we choose this, you're going to see that the live view camera starts on the scanner, and it's telling us that we need to position the impression in a particular way. What I want to point out is that you're going to take the impression holding plate and orient it with the blue and yellow dot facing directly away from the camera, and with the maxillary side of your impression facing towards the camera. So if you look at the impression scanning plate, this is simply a little hinged piece with a wing nut. You just put the handle of your tray into this and then tighten down the wing nut. You would like to have this where the impression is slightly suspended off of the tray. If you have any excessive deep vestibular sides to this, you can take a Bard Parker knife and just cut off some of that depth so that the camera can look into the impression a little bit better. But we're going to put the maxillary side facing the camera, the blue and yellow dot facing away from the camera, orient everything, make sure that the arm for the scanner is going straight up and down in this direction, and the blue and yellow dot is facing away. With that done, we can click Next and begin the scanning process. And as we scan, the software is going to take multiple views of this impression as it scans it. This does take the longest of all the different scanning options because we're trying to generate the most accurate mesh possible. We're getting repeatability tests down around 11 microns. So it's highly accurate, and the goal with this is to be very hands-off. It's going to capture upper and lower. It's going to separate those all on its own. So this is a very hands-free process. So even though it takes a few minutes, you don't have to sit there and babysit this throughout the scanning process. So I'll finish time-lapsing this and then show you how to export these scans. With the scan now finished, we can rotate this around. We can look at our model, and obviously you're going to see that it is a color model. You have the option in your exports to export this with color or without. It'll do PLY, OBJ, or just raw STL. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at this and I'm just making sure that on all the critical areas there's no missing data. If you did see any missing data, then what you can do is orient the scan to where it looks into that area of missing data and hit Add View, and it will go back to that position and capture a little bit more data. However, looking at this, I don't see any missing data based on what I'm seeing right here. A little hole like that is completely irrelevant to doing anything with your crown and bridge. And again, you can ensure that you get the most data possible on the default run. If you'll shorten the vestibular area right here, that lets more light get into this scanner. So with that done, I'm going to click Finish. The software is going to take us back to the main software page, and with this done, you're going to see in the bottom left-hand corner a update that's telling us that it's finishing up the scanning process and now it's post-processing. And as soon as that finishes, then we can click on the crop function to crop our models down. Now, as you can see, this is now saying ready in the bottom left corner, and that means that now we are ready to crop. So I'm going to go and hit the crop button, and the crop button is going to allow us to select which of these impressions we want to crop. So I'm going to first do the lower, which it defaults to. I'm going to select the lasso tool, and what we can do is we click on the left mouse button, and we are just going to encircle the area that you do want to keep. Okay, so just circle the pertinent information. With that done, hit crop, and you'll see that this is going to crop that model down, gets rid of all the excess data. We could also come back and do that one more time. Let's encircle the part that we want to keep and get rid of any of those little floating bits of noise. And with that done, we can go to the upper impression. So now select the upper, and same type of thing. We look at it, we can now use the lasso tool, and crop. and then look at it from the side view. And crop again. So now we have a nice clean impression. We can save that, and now you're ready to export your data. Now you can export that straight to BioBigBox if you want to do cloud storage. If you want to send it straight to Lab Pronto to maybe have a crown made, you could click on the Lab Pronto plugin, or we could simply hit Export to Files. When we hit Export to Files, you're going to see that it now brings up the folder where these files are stored, and I'll just open them in MeshMixer very briefly to show you what these look like. There is the maxillary model. You'll note that it has already been reversed. The software does know that it's scanning an impression, so it goes ahead and it inverts that model. And append, let's grab the lower to look at it as well. And now you can see both of my models. They're obviously scanned in occlusion. We've got a nice appearance to this. Now you will notice that the bite looks a little bit strange. That is simply how this patient bit in the triple tray. And so, you know, as with any triple tray, you need to make sure, first of all, that they are biting in their proper maximal intercuspation position. But let's just zoom in briefly and look at the maxillary impression, at the detail that we've achieved on the margin area of this impression. And you can see that this is nicely defined. This will be very easy to now take into Blue Sky or ExoCAD or 3Shape and go ahead and design the crown. So a very simple process that can allow you to really quickly make up the investment on your scanner by just doing your crowns digitally. Most labs are going to give you a price break on having your crowns fabricated off pure digital data as opposed to having to do all the model work, and so this can expedite your turnaround time as well as save you a lot of money, and it's just an easy process. Thanks for watching.